Welcome to Phonetics Lesson 5. In this last unit, we will discuss two topics, tone and acoustic phonetics. Pitch refers to the frequency at which the vocal folds vibrate and is measured in hertz. All languages use pitch variation in some way or another. Both English and Korean use pitch contours over a sentence to indicate whether a sentence is a statement or a question. In fact, both languages tend to use rising pitch to signal a question, though this is not universal. Listen to the following examples and observe the difference in pitch contours.
참치 좋아하세요? 저는 싫어해요.
When pitch is used to signal a lexical difference in words, we call this tone. That is, changing the tone of the syllable changes the meaning of the word. There are many tonal languages all around the world. Here is an example from Cantonese, a language with 6 lexical tones. Consider the following example.
C, 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 C.
Here is another example from Ibibio, a Niger-Congo language spoken in Nigeria.
Akban, 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 akbo, akbo, aku, aku, akba, akba.
In this last section, we introduce some basic concepts of acoustic phonetics. In modal phonation, the vocal folds vibrate rapidly. We can think of each vocal fold as a violin string or a guitar string. When a violin string is plucked, it not only vibrates at one frequency along the length of the string, but also at several higher frequencies. Observe the following string vibrating at its first, second, third, and sixth harmonics. Plucked strings will vibrate with all these harmonics at once, as will your vocal folds. The higher harmonics are difficult to hear, but if you open all the strings of a piano by holding down the sustaining or damper pedal and play middle C very loudly, you should hear the higher harmonics if you listen carefully. The easiest one to hear is G, an octave and a perfect fifth above middle C. The higher harmonics resonate with much less amplitude or volume than the first harmonic. This is true both for a plucked string and for your vocal folds. For the human vocal folds, the higher harmonics form clusters with greater amplitude. This cluster is called a formant. In acoustic phonetics, we typically pay attention to the first 3 formants. Changing the shape of the vocal tract changes the distribution of the formants. Opera singers learn to adjust their vocal tracts to magnify higher harmonics. This allows their voices to project over a large orchestra. In the following excerpt, Joan Sutherland uses this technique to sing a high D without being drowned out by the orchestra. The first 2 formants are typically enough to identify a vowel. As the first formant F1 increases, vowel height decreases. As the second formant F2 increases, vowel frontness increases. Using formants is more reliable than measuring tongue placements for many kinds of experimental phonetics. This chart shows the relationship between F1 and F2 and the traditional placement of vowels on the IPA chart.